Well, hello there. Today I'm just gonna do a quick little video telling you about my Harley Benton Ukulele bass that you have right here and that you probably can't see because I decided that today we were gonna do something with crazy light that didn't really show anything. Well, that's okay because this bass isn't very much to look at. This is not something that you buy because you're like, ooh, I wanna show off this really cool thing that I have and I just wanna, tell everyone around the world that I have one of these Harley Benton basses. Because the truth of the matter is, this is one of those things where the sound is all there is to it. And the way it looks isn't really that impressive. First off, the sound. I really enjoy this. I think it's very fun. I think it's, somewhere close to an upright bass. Keep in mind, I'm not a bassist and I'm definitely not an upright bassist. Yeah. So take what I'm saying about that with a grain of salt. I have played upright bass at occasions, but not, not more than, once or twice, or more than once or twice, but you get what I mean, hopefully, at least. Anyway, yeah. No, the sound is really nice. It's very fun to play. It has these silicone strings, and they are really weird to play, and you have to get into a sort of weird way of playing, and it's really weird when you start out, because you feel like this is awkward and crazy, and especially if you use two guitars, even if you play nylon strings or something like this, it's just very different and very odd. And I would actually recommend you getting one of these, or at least try one of these, just because it feels so weird to play it. After a while you get sort of used to it, but first time you play it, it's just like, whoa, this is so strange. This is totally new thing. And if you've been playing guitar for many years and you've gotten very used to playing it, you're gonna think this is stranger than, I don't know, Aerosmith's singer. Well, except for the fact that I think it sounds nice, and that I think it's very fun to play, and that it's a great little toy to give yourself, to have fun and be creative with, and you can do some really cool things with it, play-wise. Like if you're doing a recording, it's a perfect extra bass or a bass, if you're doing some acoustic guitar things maybe. So don't think of this as, me saying that it's not a real instrument or a professional thing that you can do some fun with. Just, it's not particularly beautiful in the way it looks. It's a rather plain looking instrument. I'm not 100% sure what wood this is, but whatever wood it is, it's a laminated, sort of a veneer plywood sort of construction. So yes. And yeah, the positives are definitely in the fact that it's fun to play, and that it's interesting to play, and that it's fun. Yeah, and I think it sounds really nice. I hope it comes across as nice in the recording. The way I'm recording this is I have two outputs on my camera. One is for the microphone right here, which is precisely out of view, and that's the one picking up my voice. It obviously picks up a little bit from the bass as well. And then I have a jack that is on the bass right here, and there goes a cable from there directly into the camera. And I have done nothing to this bass. I haven't, installed a piezo or anything like that. It has a tuner and a EQ and volume control here. and as far as I can tell, they seem to work. So yeah, the negatives are a few, and I'm going to tell you about them, but do keep in mind that the only reason why I'm telling you about them is because I feel like it's important for you to know about the negatives, because you might, if you buy this, experience them like I do, and you might also not. Some of you will get these and they will be flawless, way better than mine, and some of you will get them and they might actually be even worse. I'm happy with the one I have, but there are some minor things. For example, along the fretboard here, it's very rough. It's not been sanded correctly. I can feel the marks from the saw blade when they cut this out. Not a super big problem for me, as I'm playing this way and I don't use my thumb over the edge that much, so I don't feel it that much. I do have it on this side as well, but it's not as prominent on that side. The tuners take a lot. If you're, you know, close, and I mean like super close to being in tune, and you feel like, oh, on a guitar I'm just gonna have to, you know, nick it a tiny bit. On this it's several turns. You have to turn like crazy. But that's something that I've heard. I have no knowledge of it, but I can understand the mechanical workings of it, so I assume it's true that all ukulele basses with these kinds of strings have that problem, and it's basically just because these strings, they stretch so very much. I have never tried any other bass, so I can't, or I've never tried any other ukulele bass. I obviously played other basses, so I can't verify if that's the case, but with this one, that's a thing. So if you're one of those people that really hate having to turn a lot on the key up here, then yeah, you're gonna turn a lot. Other than that, there isn't that many issues with the finish. I would like to see some sort of binding or nicer side, because you just get the veneer side, and so you can clearly see that the top is a veneer, put on another veneer, put on another veneer, and it doesn't look that nice. And it's the same thing with the back. Something like a binding or something like that would fix that, but it doesn't have that. But I'm okay with it. It's not something super important, because I don't see myself playing this on stage and having someone tell me like, "Oh, you look so cool with that ukulele bass," or something like that. It's not something that I bought because I want to look cool. So for me, it doesn't really matter that much. And we have the same thing with the logo that is up top here, the HB logo. And it's very hard to see, but the print has sunken into the grain of the wood, and even though you can get this sort of weird, you know, fish scale effect of different colors, layers thing, it looks really bad because it's sunken in, and so it's not that nice looking. All in all, I would say this entire thing needs a good sanding. It has a sort of rough feel to it. But the only place where it really matters is the back of the neck, and that feels nice. I don't think that it's, you know, a very important place for me to sand. So I don't feel like I'll have to do that, but if the strings ever break and I feel like I need to take this apart, I might actually sand the entire thing, and I might actually even lacquer it or something like that to give it a little bit more, you know, nicer finish to it all, because it's much too nice and fun to play for the way it looks. But then again, this is a inexpensive instrument, I would say. I mean, obviously you decide for yourself what you're willing to pay for something, but I would say that if you are, you know, looking for one of these and you're thinking that maybe you would have fun, then this is a good place to start. And maybe one day I'll be super nerdy about this and I want to get deep into it, and I'll, you know, try to find the absolute best one, and then I'll just, you know, I don't know, get a more expensive one. But then I will probably, you know, try them out in a guitar store and play them and find one that I really like, and not just buy something off of internet and basically have it as a toy. Not to say that this is a toy, but that's, you know, sort of why I have it. Yeah. The only thing left to say is that this control panel here is really weird. I can't show you this now because it's plugged in. But when you put your batteries into it, it has a little light that shows that it's on or off, depending on if the light is lit or not. And the light is always lit. And yeah, that's kind of weird. You're supposed to press it to start the tuner, which would mute the instrument, and then press it to turn off the tuner, which will let you play the instrument. It's basically like a, you know, effect pedal tuner on your pedal board. And the thing is, you should also be able to turn it off. Now, the weird thing is that the light does turn off when you plug it in. So right now you can see that there is no light that is showing, hopefully. But if I plug this out, there will be a light. So I'm gonna have to open it up and take a look and see if there's a cable or something that is broken, and if I can figure out what is wrong with it, I'll make a video, because I imagine that it might be someone else out there that has this and that have, you know, experiencing the same issue as I am. And so if I can help, I'll try my very best to do so. And if I can't, you'll never see any more videos about this thing. That was a joke. I'll use this whenever I feel like it. Yeah. That was about all I had to say about this. It's a fun little thing to have fun with, and you can do some really cool things with it. Definitely if you're into like making music and you know, have your computer plugged into a sound card and you plug this directly into a sound card and you use it to just fill up your music with cool things in the background, you're gonna want to have one of these. It's definitely one of those weird things that adds a totally new dimension to your music that might be exactly what you need if you may be stuck in a rut or something like that. Anyway, that's it for this video, I think. I don't really know if I have anything else to say about it, but yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about this ukulele, talk to me in the comments below. And don't forget to stay awesome and cool. Yeah. And play bass. Whichever bass you have. Doesn't matter. Just play it.